Losing your only car key feels like a disaster, but it's usually fixable faster than people think. Losing your car keys is annoying. Losing your car keys when you have no spare is a different level of stress. The car is sitting there, you can't unlock it, you can't start it. And suddenly, a simple mistake feels like a towing bill, a locksmith bill, and a ruined day all at once. But here's the good news. In most cases, you do not need to panic. And you definitely do not need to start breaking windows or trying random internet tricks. Modern cars have security systems for a reason. The correct solution is to prove ownership, identify the key type, and choose the fastest legal way to get a new key made and programmed. First, slow down and confirm the key is really gone. Before you spend money, take 10 minutes and search the places where keys usually hide. Check the ignition area, seat rails, center console, trunk, jacket pockets, bags, laundry, around the front door, and near the last place you remember using the car. If you are carrying groceries or tools, check those bags too. Many people call a locksmith, then find the key under the seat or in a coat pocket. If the car is in a safe place, a short search can save you real money. Know what type of key your car uses. Not all car keys are the same. Older vehicles may use a simple metal key. Some cars use a transponder key, which has a small chip inside that talks to the immobilizer. Many newer vehicles use remote keys or smart proximity fobs, where the car starts with a push button. This matters because a simple metal key can usually be cut more easily. A transponder key must be cut and programmed. A smart key fob usually needs programming to the vehicle, and in some cases, the car may need to be connected to professional equipment. So the first question is not just, can someone make a key? The real question is, what kind of key does this car need? Get your vehicle information ready. Before calling anyone, gather the basic details. You need the year, make, model, and VIN. The VIN is usually visible through the windshield on the driver's side dashboard, and it may also be on your registration, insurance documents, or title. You will also need proof of ownership. A legitimate locksmith or dealer should not create a key for a vehicle without proof that you own it or have permission to access it. That may feel annoying when you are stressed, but it protects you and everyone else from car theft. Option 1. Call an automotive locksmith. For many cars, an automotive locksmith is the fastest and most convenient option. A good mobile locksmith can come to the car, verify ownership, cut a new key, and program it if needed. This is often cheaper and faster than towing the car to a dealer. This is especially useful if the car is stuck at home, at work, or in a parking lot. The locksmith may be able to handle transponder keys, remote keys, and some smart keys depending on the vehicle. The important part is to ask the right questions before they come out. Can they cut and program your exact year, make, and model, and what is the total estimated cost? Option 2. Go through the dealer. The dealer is usually the most official route, especially for newer vehicles, luxury brands, or keys that require manufacturer-specific programming. The downside is that the dealer may require you to tow the car in, and the price can be higher. The dealer may need your VIN, ID, registration, and proof of ownership. In some cases, they can order a key by VIN, but the key still has to be programmed to the car before it works. If the vehicle uses a smart key system, this can take extra time and cost more. Option 3. Order a key or fob online, then have it cut and programmed. Sometimes you can buy a replacement key shell, key blank, or remote online, but this is where beginners need to be careful. The part must match your car exactly. Frequency, FCC ID, button layout, blade type, and immobilizer chip can all matter. A cheap online key that looks right may still be wrong. If it cannot be programmed to your car, you just bought a useless piece of plastic. The safer approach is to ask a locksmith or dealer what part number or FCC ID you need before ordering. What not to do. Do not try to bypass the immobilizer, hotwire the car, or follow sketchy online methods. Modern vehicles are designed to prevent that, and you can damage expensive electronics. You can also create legal trouble for yourself if it looks like you are trying to defeat anti-theft systems. Do not break a window unless there is an emergency involving a person, pet, or serious safety risk. Replacing glass and cleaning up the mess can cost more than calling the right professional. What it usually costs. The cost depends heavily on the vehicle and key type. A basic metal key for an older car is usually the cheapest. A transponder key costs more because it needs programming. A smart key fob can be much more expensive, especially for newer or luxury vehicles. As a rough idea, a simple key may be affordable, a transponder key can be moderate, and a smart key can become expensive once cutting, programming, and service call fees are included. If the car must be towed to the dealer, that adds more cost. Tools and items that can help. For this situation, the tools are more about preparation and prevention than fixing the car in the driveway. A key finder tag can help prevent losing keys again. A small lockbox or dedicated key hook at home can save you from future stress. A good phone charger and flashlight can help if you are stuck at night while waiting for help. A portable jump starter is also useful because many key and immobilizer issues can be confused with a weak battery or no start problem. For people who do basic DIY work, an OBD2 scanner can help confirm that a no-start issue is not simply a dead battery, immobilizer warning, or related fault code. But key programming itself usually requires the correct professional equipment and authorization. I've prepared a list of useful tools and preventive items in the video description, including key finder tags, a flashlight, a portable jump starter, an OBD2 scanner, and other basic emergency tools that can help when you are stuck. Make a spare immediately after you solve it. Once you get a new key, do not stop there. Make a second key as soon as possible. Having one key is risky. Having two keys turns a crisis into a minor inconvenience. A spare key is usually cheaper to make when you already have a working key because the locksmith or dealer has more options. Keep the spare somewhere safe, not inside the car. If more than one person drives the vehicle, make sure everyone knows where the spare is kept.